Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Talk, here with Mistress Boston.
Oh, right, that's me. Hi. TTP here. What's up, guys?
And I'm the decapitated head of Britney Spears.
Hello, I'm Stitch.
And we're rolling.
All right. So today we actually have a topic to discuss today. But before I get to that, I'd also like to put a name to the face of Stitch. This is James. Is actually our non-niche listener that I brought up last time. He's kind enough to guest on the podcast today. James, I apologize if this gets at all awkward for you, but you wrote a contract. Fine. You know what you were getting into.
It is fine.
Alrighty. So the topic that is for today was actually brought up by an Anon, who said, "Hi, I wanted to say I really appreciate what you're doing with this podcast. I'm in college and I've been into this for as long as I can remember, but I still feel pretty awkward and ashamed about it. Hearing people who are around my age discussing it puts things in perspective. I admire your openness. Can you talk a bit more about self-acceptance and feeling more confident? I know some of you, like me, felt weird about liking this at first, but what steps did you take to embrace this part of you?" Which is a very good topic to definitely discuss. Does anybody want to go first, or do you want to do the usual order?
I think I need to think a little bit so I can...
Why don't... Get you from an audio feed. That way I don't think it'll clip. And then... But you can go and then I'll go.
Okay.
So, the usual order?
Okay. I think so.
Okay. So, as far as me personally accepting that this is a part of me that wasn't ever going to go away, because I told myself for years I'd just grow out of it. It was just something weird that I was into. Kind of just going over that mantra of, accept things, the things you can't change. And I actually, once I started getting more open about it around friends or people that I was very, very particularly close to, significant others, what have you, that themselves were very open about the kink, helped me feel a little bit better. I know for some people it's very difficult to just kind of go out and be like, yo, I'm really into this tickling thing, and I'm awesome, whatever. I know that's, a little more difficult way of doing things, but it's really just kind of, just say, yes, this is something I'm into, but I'm still a good person. I'm still, talented with all this. I still care about people, because this isn't all you are. And just kind of letting yourself go through these motions that, you'll just kind of get there in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, just don't let others' negative opinions of you really define who you are.
Yeah.
Very true. Oh, for me personally, I think that it was just because I'm a little bit on the younger side of this spectrum. I think that it was something that took me a little bit longer to kind of understand and accept that this was a part of who I am, and something that took a lot of self-confidence building to get to the point where I am as open about it as I am today, and I'm able to talk to people and express how I feel about something that has become such a big part of me. So, yeah, it's just it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah, it's harrowing, I suppose, when you first... It's harrowing whenever you figure out you're the outlier of anything, to be honest. There's no situation in life where finding out you're not part of the statistical norm is enjoyable, because there's no part of life where not being part of the statistical norm is desirable. But you just kind of shrug. You shrug, you get on with it, yeah. You can fight it all you want. That is, yes. But there's no point at the end of the day, because You are what you are. You are who you are. You kind of just learn to live with it. Surround yourself with people that are okay with it, and then you move on. So, in terms of self-acceptance, I can't give you the answer to that personally. I haven't managed that yet myself. So as soon as I figure it out, I'll let you know. But just roll with the punches, keep doing what you're doing, and choose your own self-definitions.
Very true.
And eventually you'll just find people that are like you.
And even if
Yeah.
you don't, I mean, if you surround yourself, kind of like what Alex went off on, just with people who either don't give a shit or like just accept that is just who you are, you'll eventually learn to yourself. Kind of like the whole believe in the me that believes in you type of thing, just kink related.
Gurren Lagann anime shit, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I was gonna say, I actually know this reference.
But, yeah, you just
although-
try your best to just... Oh,
Good.
sorry. I was just going to say that you just try your best to surround people who are supportive and accepting, not just in this, but in life. And that's why I kind of surround myself with you people.
Yeah.
It's because you accept me for who I am. I accept you all for who you are. That's kind of the whole point of this thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Although since this topic got brought up, which is actually very convenient timing considering we do have a non-niche guest with us today. So I actually have a question within our group. James, how do you feel about knowing that this is a thing? Like, do you find it strange? Do you, like, what are your thoughts on it specifically?
I mean, I don't really see it as strange at all. There are much stranger things out there. But at this point, I mean, I've just come to accept that there's always going to be something that, I mean, I may not have known about, or that other people are into. And I mean, if they like it, then who am I to judge? I mean, so long as they are happy with it, I'm perfectly fine with just accepting that fact.
And there you go. All right, next question. Is the community doing anything for Valentine's Day? I think I'm gonna go see Deadpool.
Yeah.
Go see me some Deadpool.
Nice. I think I'm going to go sit in my friend's living room on the floor and drink some wine and eat some chocolate and watch some really cheesy romantic movies, because apparently I'm cliche like that.
Single life, though.
Woo-hoo.
And nothing's wrong with cliches sometimes.
Bam. I like him.
Yes.
Me and my partner are just gonna
Do romantical things.
do romantic things. We're just gonna spend some time together, go out, see some films, have a walk around London, enjoy the scenery. We've got a few museum trips and park trips and things planned.
No.
So just general romantic stuff. Nothing
Oh, cute.
huge. It's our fifth Valentine's together.
Aw.
Sixth Valentine's together.
Look at
No,
you.
sixth Valentine's together. So
Wow.
Long
That
time.
is commitment, people.
Just don't come back with no babies. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I'll let you know.
So, next question. This one was a little difficult to kind of interpret. Thankfully, the Anon who asked it kind of, I guess, speculated a bit more. Sorry. I'm very tired. So, what is your definition of a good girl / good boy? Example being when someone's bad, needs to be punished. When someone's good, needs to be rewarded. What is your definition of that overall?
Is this just a general question, or is this...
I think this is definitely niche related.
Okay.
So, I mean, my definition of a good girl or boy would probably be someone who, if I'm in the dominant position, is just listening to everything that I ask and I guess a punishable action of that is just doing the complete opposite, fighting back, being difficult. That's basically my definition of it.
Yeah, I'd say just about the same thing. Just someone on the good side of that spectrum would just be very willing and open and submissive,
Obedient.
I guess. Obedient. That sounds like a dog. I mean, some people are into.
Hey,
I
pet
don't know,
play. No kink shame time.
No kink shame here.
At the same time.
At the same time.
I'm kidding. You furries are alright. Copy paste.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you want to put any input on this? I mean, you work with dogs. I don't know.
I mean, yes, I guess I do work with dogs, but usually it's
How many of those dogs have fetishes?
Stop.
A
well,
ratio. A lot, a little. Neither of those words are ratios, but
yes.
yeah,
Good answer.
I don't know.
All of them. Have
I mean,
something.
yeah, I mean, I got really nothing really.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Sorry about if any of that didn't make any sense and we didn't exactly answer that the way you wanted to, Anon. We tried.
Sorry.
Is there a community-specific tag? For this question, as far as pertaining to the podcast itself, I usually tend to just tag it as Tea Talk Podcast or Tickle Talk. Although that usually tends to be just a general community tag for text posts and stuff. But if you want to find the podcast without having to go through the blog or going through SoundCloud, whatever, Tea Talk Podcast is the first and the main tag for that specifically. Community in general tag, I don't really know.
I don't really, personally, I don't look up things via tag. I kind of just scroll through my dashboard and whatever pops up, pops up.
I've recently had to tag things with hashtag audio because somebody asked me to. So I'm learning the value of tags slowly.
Oh, there you go.
They act as a sort of tag system, which really I should have figured out.
You also don't put spaces in between your tags, I noticed that.
No, you don't.
No, because it's funnier when they're all read as a word. And then because you have to spend more time trying to figure out what it is, even though it's absolutely nothing of substance, and then I've just wasted a small period of everyone's lives, and then hopefully the amount of time of people's lives that I waste, I'm getting. So hopefully I can live forever.
You just sounded a little bit like Optimus Prime, but that's okay. Your humor is still
I mean, who wouldn't
just
want
as
to live forever?
hilarious.
Come on.
Me. I want the sweet embrace of death.
Oh, okay. Well, Ed,
Well,
just go to sleep. That's probably the closest you're gonna get for a while.
I can't.
Fair
I
enough.
never sleep. Anywho,
sleeps
sleep is for the weak.
about a week.
So I'm actually just gonna pull a couple of these from a text post, just because we didn't get a lot of questions, which I'm definitely gonna harp on. Please send us things that you want to hear. The more content that we have, the better show that we can make for you guys. Anything you want to know, any topics, niche related, non-niche related, please send our way.
Ask us things, you bastard.
Exactly.
What he said.
We're open people.
We are open people.
A couple of these you should be able to answer, James. Did you ever tickle or get tickled often as a child?
I definitely got tickled a lot when I was a child. I cannot recall doing much tickling. I was always the one being tickled, which I mean I'm perfectly fine with, in all honesty.
I didn't really, honestly, neither. Like, I was too awkward to ever actually, touch people. And I never really was tickled much as a kid. I was just fascinated by it whenever it came up. And I always got, whenever we played Truth or Dare or something stupid like that, I always try to get my friends to tickle each other just because I couldn't do it myself. That's about it.
I mean, it's really just kind of like an interesting thing to just think about. This little bit of touch just brings you so much joy and happiness.
Or
what?
fucking destruction if you're one of those type of people.
Okay, yeah, this is true. This is true, but
I I'm looking at a few people, even though this is a podcast and you can't see me looking at you, I'm looking at you.
Vocal glare.
I'm always,
Vocal glare.
always looking.
I mean, neither really happened to me much as a kid. It just occasionally happened when I was a little shit, which often than not. So now that I think about it, I guess it happened more often than I thought it did.
Well, I mean,
But-
that also kind of like depends on your definition of child. Like, what does the
Yeah,
age
what do
demographic
you
get like
mean by
cut off?
child?
Because if you're looking at like between the ages of like, you know, toddler to like age of 10, I could say no, but between the ages of like 13 and 17, sure. But
Yeah.
I don't think anyone who's between 13 and 17 counts as a child anymore.
well, I mean, you never really considered anything more than adult past the until you're 18.
But you're a teenager. There's like
That's true. That's very true.
There's a separate kind of segment for it. I was the Lee in situations because that's back when it worked on me. I was the Lair in more situations than I was the Lee. Because I engineered it that way. And
Shocker.
I was a little bastard. And now I am a large bastard.
I started off
That was-
small.
yes, it's all development.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Reading my phone.
Started on the bottom.
Now the whole thing here.
Stop.
Started on the playground.
Now I'm in the
Still on
bedroom.
the playground.
Oh,
Now I'm still on the playground.
Now
Alcohol.
still
I'm stuck on the monkey bars. Help.
Stuck.
bottle of whiskey in my hand. How did I get here?
You joke, that's happened to me.
how did I get here?
I've genuinely had that experience, guys.
What?
There's a park near me because I live in a really like green suburban area. There's a park literally down my road, which my friends and I used to go to and get smashed.
Oh man.
Fun.
So I
Very
have
nice.
routinely come to my senses after binge drinking on a swing to go like, what am I doing here? So was that on the roundabout, passed out?
Aliens, just aliens.
Yeah.
Always
Aliens.
Aliens.
Aliens give a bloody hangover.
Just like Stutch.
Ba-da-da.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, you're gonna harmonize with me.
Yes.
Nice.
Good for real.
Ooh, this is a good one. Do you ever get triggered by triggered? Can't take that word seriously.
Trigger warning!
Triggered!
Oh no.
I'm sorry to anyone who seriously gets triggered, but to us, and specifically me as a psychologist, it seems kind of redundant in a lot of situations.
That's the question.
Do you ever get triggered by the sound of laughter seeing shoes, socks, or feet? I definitely do. Like, I automatically kind of turn my head when I hear someone that has a cute laugh. Almost kind of like one of those sudden attractions without really, like, falling deep into the rabbit hole for that. And then occasionally I'll feel a little awkward around, like, seeing someone barefoot. Like, if they, like, throw their feet in my lap or, like, just they're closer to me than, like, normal proximity of standing. But that's about it. Thinking on that one, B?
I totally forgot the question.
God damn it!
Professionalism.
Where
ladies and
were
gentlemen.
you? When we
My
were
head,
getting
You
high.
go to
apparently.
work and you just think to yourself, what the
Top-notch
fuck do
podcast
I
over
even
here.
do? So you set fire to the office.
That is exactly. I work in retail, so that is exactly my thought process as I'm at work. So it's great.
Shall I repeat the question for you then?
I have to.
No, let us suffer.
Well, you're passing on this one, Alex.
No, give it.
Yeah, no,
give
I'm
it a
fucking with her.
Give it.
This never happened in my real life.
Do you ever get triggered by the sound of laughter or seeing
Oh!
shoes, feet, etc.?
Right.
Ah. She's got it now, ladies and gents. She's
Small
done that
clap of
miraculous thing of
applause.
remembering when someone else repeats it word for word.
Anyways, yeah, I guess I'd say I would. You know, if someone, you know, is laughing or something, I mean, I guess this thing is who made a funny joke and why didn't I make the funny joke? But then after that, it is me trying to figure out if someone's doing a marvelous thing and if I can somehow be a part of it without being awkward and creepy.
Yeah.
That didn't go well. Alex, your turn.
U-turn. Good grammar.
No,
Your turn.
I feel like the train's the next one after a train wreck. I'm late, but it can't be worse than the last one. It was a fine answer, B. Yes and no. If somebody mentions the word, then my ears perk up. It's called the cocktail party effect for anybody interested. Very famous audio focusing principle.
Look at him saying sciencey things.
Hey, might as well learn something on this podcast.
Might as
Yeah,
well.
Jesus, read a book.
Vaccinate your
Doesn't
children.
need to be a
What are
good one.
books?
Read 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
Ew.
Christ.
Don't do that.
Read 50
Yeah.
Shades of Grey. Which is an actual book and a Christmas bestseller in my country.
Oh, wow.
50 Shades
Beg
of
pardon?
Grey. It's pictures of 50 grey sheds.
Oh.
Doesn't surprise
Is-
me for England, to be honest.
There's sequels as
is it
well
just
that are
about a
also
bunch of
bestsellers.
wooden
50 Shades
sheds?
Darkest.
I don't
and
fucking
50
know, man.
Shades Filled with tools or some shit, I don't know. As for the answer, like I said, if someone says like a variation of the word or something, yeah, if they are wearing a certain item of clothing, which we shall not go into because I'm sick of the amount of people that have that information, and I'm not even saying it, then yes, also. But those are the only situations. Sadly, that piece of clothing is very common, and therefore,
Oh no.
Oh, you poor thing.
it's effectively
That's-
a nightmare.
That's the fact.
Do. What is your favorite band? Oi.
Ooh.
I'm actually gonna pass on this one just because my music tastes aren't pertain to artists themselves. They're more to songs, so I'm passing.
Pitching out.
Okay. I listen to a lot of music that's kind of all over the place, but lately, yep,
Lately.
that's the word.
Lately,
Like,
for as long as there have been labels, my music taste has remained the same.
I've been really into Codaline and the Beatles and just Passenger and just all the things. I love all the music.
All the music.
All the music. Nope.
Words.
That's my favorite band. It's UGH, very big in Japan.
I almost thought you were
Stands
serious
for-
for a second.
It stands for Ultimate Godzilla Holocaust. It's very niche category.
You almost made me spit out my coffee, you fuck.
They take pieces of brawls from the old Godzilla films and they mix it. It's beautiful. My favorite artists are kind of like probably Daft Punk. Probably Daft Punk, to be honest. It used to be Linkin Park because I was a teenager once, you see. And then when I got more into it, Linkin Park. They're a band.
You said you were a teenager at one point.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not that old to the point where me being a teenager comes before the known universe.
Or does it?
Dun dun dun. Throwing some shade.
Ah, look. Let's all catch up on the old man. This is senior citizen abuse, I'll have you know. That
You
shan't
get
stand
me a
for it.
grocery
Oh, well then.
discount?
No, but I can
You discount.
give you a long lecture as to why things were better in my day.
Jesus.
We had polio.
Stop.
Oh,
No
okay.
fights.
Stop.
Vaccinate your kids.
Hashtag vaccinate your fucking kids. But yeah, Daft Punk, because electronica is my life, and Daft Punk and Justice are kind of the two biggest ones from the 90s. Both French initially. Both French incidentally. They're French initially, and then they changed.
Yep.
So yeah, Daft Punk.
Cool.
Daft Punk probably be mine.
What about you, James?
The Ruggles. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Oh.
savage as fuck.
True.
Yes, definitely. It's hard to really pinpoint a singular band because it's always changing for me. But if I did have to pick one, I would probably say Five Finger Death Punch. Probably my most recent interest. So, yeah, got the Beatles, and then you got Daft Punk, and then you got the guy who listens to heavy metal screamo. You know.
I mean, at least you have a favorite band. I'm just like, hey, let's look at internet fucking songs that actually aren't on iTunes and Google Play because you're video game trash. And you can't listen to normal music. Dangarang.
Darn it.
But
Bangarang.
Danny DeVito, right?
Oh boy.
Dangarang Glen.
Danny Diskrelix.
Stop.
Oh my
Not bringing this back. We are not bringing this back.
Danny DeVito.
Danny
Next
DeVito.
question, for the love of God. For the love of God, next question.
Oh my
Lord,
god.
love Busey.
For the love of Gary Busey, who was the light in the tunnel, give us the next question.
Moving on.
Outside of our friend group, this podcast thing, quote unquote, do you know a tickle fetishist IRL?
No.
James does.
Yeah, technically, yes, I do.
Lives right down there.
Technically, yes.
Technically.
Yeah, like,
Only
just-
technically. I clearly don't exist, guys. I'm nothing but a bot. I've been fooling you all.
Hypothetically, she's it.
When he closes his eyes, and he hasn't quite learned object permanence yet, so he's not sure if the world has ceased to exist or not. But when he closes his eyes and he doesn't hear her, he's like, do I know anyone?
Do I know?
But
Do
every
you?
time he opens his eyes, it's wonderful because it's like the world is new to him. So you should envy him, people. No, is my simple answer. No. Or if I do, then they're as secretive about it as I am, and we're going to have some revelation when we're 60. Oh, we could have talked about this for 60 years.
Oh, Jesus. I think I technically do. I don't think it's necessarily a fetishist itself, but someone who at least has it as a kink. You know, not completely turned on it by it, but I mean, like, you know what would I mean? They like it a lot. It's whatever. Forget it.
Good. Good.
Fine.
Fine. Good. Fine. Fine. Good.
Excellent.
Next question.
Next.
Next.
What is your favorite movie? Kingsman.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Fucking launching him there, Jesus. Let the question go cold.
Program, man.
James, go for it, buddy.
Oh god. I mean, can I just consider the Lord of the Rings trilogy like one?
Yeah, that works. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like
that'll
saying the
work.
Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, well, at this point there are too many Harry Potter movies. I'll stick to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Love that.
I'm a huge film buff. So picking for me a favorite is nigh impossible. So I'm just going to go out and say it. It could very well be Birdemic Shock and Terror. If you've never heard of that film, watch it. It is the worst film you will ever watch in your life, but it is so entertaining because there is not a single part of filmmaking that they haven't not just failed at, but I mean destroyed.
Is that movie that you watched that had like the ray in it that you wrote a text post about?
No, that's Santa Claus vs. the Martians. Again, a terrible film, but Birdemic Shock and Terror was done in 2009, I think, so it's a very recent disaster piece.
Worse
Awesome.
than Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Oh Jesus!
Mm-hmm.
It
That's
makes
true,
sense.
that was good.
makes
Or
sense.
Alien. Alien's a really solid film, I still think. Like, it
Alien.
holds up really, really soundly.
So many aliens.
Aliens.
All right, next question.
Illuminati confirmed.
Yes.
Always.
Thank me, bro.
Oh, what is your favorite video game? I think with the amount of Undertale trash that I post constantly on my fucking blog, you can clearly tell it's Mario Kart. Just fucking kidding. Undertale 2K16, Undertale for fucking
Undertale.
life. Undertale.
Hashtag Undertale.
Undertale.
Undertale, eat your greens.
Eat your greens.
Under Bale, it's about Christian Bale living in an underground city.
Undermail. Underground Mail
That's where
Road.
I am every weekend.
Undertale is the
Oh.
short biography of Alex's life.
Yep. It's all the dick that I suck.
Hey.
Being a huge homosexual.
And
Give you video games, guys. Come on.
Well, if I had to pick, I mean, I love every single one of the Pokemon games. I mean, I'm Pokemon trash, pretty much the equivalent of what Boston is for Undertale trash, but Pokemon instead. I'd probably say of the Pokemon games, my favorite probably would have been the original Pokemon Ruby on the Game Boy Advance. Still have mine somewhere. Still play it. But
Way to be, Alex.
way to be.
so what about
I
you?
think I'm gonna be lame because I don't play video games because I don't have that kind of coordination.
Same.
But I'd have to softly go with Mario Kart because that is the only game that I can and will kick ass. I will legitimately say Mario Kart.
Dude.
Mario Kart is like, I'm terrible at Mario Kart.
I'm sorry. I'm probably the one person to say this, and I'm probably gonna lose followers for this. I fucking hate Mario Kart. I hate.
Unfollow immediately. Unfollowed. Unfollowed.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm about to leave you 50 nasty anons right now.
Fine. Do it. See if I care. I fucking hate Mario Kart. Oh my god, I'd rather play any other competitive game out than Mario Kart.
Mario Party?
Yes, I actually love Mario Party. Mario Party's
fun.
fucking
I'm
amazing.
down.
Mario Party is so bullshit.
What do you mean it's bullshit?
Like, you can be winning, and then just out of the blue, the person in
Yeah.
last suddenly steals all your fucking stars because you rolled wrong, and then you lose.
Yeah.
It's like, you can be
Yeah.
ahead the entire game, and then just at the very end, it's like, you lose everything, and you lose. And it's just like, well, fuck, man. I went through all that work, and this freaking computer
Like
player
my
just took it off.
life.
Come on!
That's life, bro.
That's life.
This is
Mario Party is teaching you how to live your life and
How to lose friends.
how to lose
Oh, yeah.
friends.
It's basically Monopoly.
if you can play Mario Party with a bunch of friends and still maintain that friendship after someone wins and another person loses, then you're in a pretty good friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monopoly, you don't continue friendships, it destroys them.
Mhm.
Completely.
I actually kind of enjoy Monopoly.
Ew.
I've literally looked my friend dead in the eye when playing Monopoly and screamed, "You can have Mayfair when you pry it out of my cold, dead hand."
Nice.
It was the only property I owned at the end of the game.
Hey, at least you still had it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I've taken my piece and successfully thrown it directly between someone's eyeballs.
Nice. Good aim.
That's violent.
Yeah.
My favorite. I'm a huge gamer because
You're a
God
nerd.
knows it's easier than playing rugby.
Right.
I'm a Pokemon freak. I
Hey.
have every single Pokemon and shiny and all the legendary events. In fact, my friend literally walked into me today and I asked her to hook me up with some of the new event codes that they're doing at the various shops around the world. So she hooked me up with 2 codes. And she opened the jacket and said, "I've got the stuff." For a little bit, I'm pretty sure everyone in the room thought I was taking heroin.
Wow.
Like, oh,
I mean, they're not wrong, but just not now. So,
Oh, well then.
plot twist.
favorite franchise, definitely Pokemon. Favorite one, I would have to say it would either go to X and Y, just because it was such a huge shift up in everything but gameplay, because every Pokemon game is the same. I recognize that, and because it introduced a lot of very interesting Pokemon. Or Heart Gold and Soul Silver for being possibly one of the most faithful video game remake / updates that has ever existed, and just maintaining the spirit of it.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver were good.
Right? 4th gen, good enough.
I only played Pokemon Blue. No, wait, no, I lied. I played Yellow and Emerald a little bit, but Blue is the only one I actually the only one I actually got through.
I love how you still have your Game Boy Color.
I still have my Game Boy Color. Are you kidding me?
Just so much pride.
You say Emerald's over there. I literally have every single Pokemon game basically within arm's reach right now, apart from 3.
That is amazing.
What 3 are you missing?
Gold, Silver, and Crystal.
Ah.
The 2nd gen.
I have
Second
Gold
gen.
and Silver.
Oh, nice. That's actually my Valentine's gift from my partner. She's giving me Pokemon Gold.
Aww.
That's awesome.
That's cute.
Every holiday she buys me another Pokemon game.
Yeah, there you go. That's one way to fucking do it.
Yep.
So she gets...
We have other things to discuss.
We probably we have like 3 more questions and then we're probably going to finish up. Not a very long episode today. What is your favorite?
I've got questions as well.
Oh, you do have questions. Okay, cool.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie scene, both niche related and non-niche related? I already answered this one last time. Niche related. Kiki's Delivery Service. Non-niche related. Probably the excuse me, the basically parody Westboro Baptist Church massacre in Kingsman. That riot, holy shit. Cinematically written and filmed so fucking well that I swear to God, I think I actually got turned on from watching people die. I'm not that morbid constantly,
well.
I promise, but holy shit, like, it was movie magic. That it just filled me with way too much joy. Because I just hate everything about the Westboro Baptist Church. So yeah.
What are you talking about?
Wait, I'm
Westboro
a
Baptist
big fan.
Church is awesome.
Leave.
Yeah, Boston, you're kind of in the minority right now. Me and James are sat here like huge fans.
Leave. Leave.
I've picketed many a gay soldier's funeral to have sex with his gay friends. I'm not sure if that's the reason I was supposed to be doing it.
Alrighty.
Sexual congress out of wedlock.
Well then.
Sexual Congress just makes me think of all of the state senators having huge orgies. With Bernie Sanders
Stop.
fucking going in.
Yeah.
Somebody please answer the fucking question.
Okay.
Wow, way to abandon the joke.
Bernie Sanders having sex.
Let's. Oh no.
I mean, I can actually think of a couple people that would love that.
While I try and not picture that in my head, I'd have to say. I have to say niche related would still be Ferris Bueller, because there's that scene in the taxi cab where they're all sitting there and then they look over and they see that Ferris's dad is sitting in the cab. So they all like scoot down, but Sloane is the only one sitting there, and then she starts trying to flirt with Ferris's dad, and then they get her, and it's funny. Non-niche related, Pirates of the Caribbean, when Johnny Depp runs around saying, "I've got a job done."
Oh my god, yes.
Job done.
That is the best scene.
Because
Flawless English
Jack
accent.
Sparrow is the shit, and I love him. And I was not trying to do a British accent. I swear to God I can do a relatively good one, so don't judge me right now, Alex, okay? Shove it. Your
James,
turn.
go ahead, buddy.
Well, I can't say I really have any favorites relative to the niche. I'm not really much familiar with any films or anything like that. But in terms of just normal movie scenes, I do agree that I've Got a Jar of Dirt from Pirates of the Caribbean is amazing.
Yes!
But since that's already been said,
My favorite.
let's see. I do... Oh god, I'm trying to think. I mean, the scene from Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, with Boromir at the very end, his like whole confession to Aragorn. As emotional as it is, it was very well done. So I mean, I guess I could say that's probably a favorite.
Alex?
Silence indicates it's my turn. I don't really have a niche-related one, which is weird. I'm struggling to think of one, so I'm going to have to pass on that one, as weird as it sounds. Non-niche related, I think one of my absolute favourite scenes, it's kind of split between the scene in Alien where the chest burster comes out, because none of the actors knew that was going to happen, so the fear that they experience is genuine. I think Ridley Scott is an absolute bastard for doing that, and also it's exactly what I do. And
Yes, it is.
the other one is in a film called Shaun of the Dead, which is, I think,
good movie.
fairly popular film where they discuss what they're going to do now that the zombie apocalypse has come, and they run through a list of all these things. It's not. It's before that. It's them saying what they're going to do the next day. They're just going to have a full day of drinking, and it's a really interesting scene because everything they say they're going to do, which is all drinking based, we're going to have a pint there, we're going to go to the King's Head, whatever. All of those are actually the exact plot points for the film that they follow. So it's a little bit of dialogue that tells you how the rest of the film is going to go.
That's not Shaun of the Dead. That's World's End.
No, that's Shaun of the Dead.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Because, like, when he says we're going to go have a bite at the King's Head in Shaun of the Dead, because that's the pub, that's when they're going to talk about killing Bill Nye.
Fight.
No, in World's End, they literally go through what every pub they're going to do. In Shaun of the Dead, they go through all the film's plot points as if they were just having a day.
Oh, I thought you said pub points. I'm sorry, that was me mishearing.
Plot points.
Plot points. I thought you said pub points. Okay. That's my bad.
Yeah,
guys.
Edgar Wright is one of my favorite.
I'm a
characters
prick.
of all time, so. Edgar Wright should have done Ant-Man. I'm going to say it. I don't give a fuck who disagrees with me. Edgar Wright should have been left doing Ant-Man.
Okay, that's. I have one more question, but I'm gonna say that for the very end. So, Alex, feel free to take over.
I've got a few that I'm going to repurpose for here, which I like. Not doing that. Favorite game we've kind of done. How do you feel about the younger people, let's say 12 to 16 range, in the community? Would you accept them as you would someone your age, which I assume means sort of older, or do you feel uncomfortable with having such younger people here? I think this is a very interesting question to answer.
Did part of that question just say 12?
12 to 16 was the age bracket they gave.
Okay.
Wait, so what was the question again?
Basically, how do you feel about people from ages 12 to 16 being in the community? How would you accept them?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, how about it? I think I brought the most hard-hitting question of the entire thing, to be honest.
Well, as someone who is living in a country that the legal age really for anything is 18 years old, well, talking to a 12-year-old, I don't entirely know if I'd have the patience for that, regardless whether they were niche related or not. They'd have to be very mentally mature for me to talk to them on a daily basis. As for like between the ages of like 16 and 15 and 16, yeah, I'd probably talk to them, just casual. Like if we're talking niche, it'd probably be like, are you a Lee or a Lur? I would not go into the sexual aspect of it all, just because that is very uncomfortable and could get me in a lot of legal trouble, which I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, I'd have to copy and paste that answer pretty much. I don't know. Personally, the idea of a 12-year-old in a community of people that there is quite a lot of not safe for work material just doesn't sit well with me personally. Just as of being 15 or 16, I think that's about when I started to look into this kind of thing, to kind of see how I felt and explore and such. But I didn't do much talking to people. But that was a couple of years ago, so that was a different time. But yeah, I'd have to say pretty much the same as what Kathleen said. Silence indicates
Do you want to
Alex.
put anything
Oh,
on that?
God. It's always weird because as much as you try and separate like what this community is apart from its, let's say, sexual origins, let's face it, because that's what it's about. You kind of can't. So you need to understand, I'm not going to sit here and police fucking Tumblr or anything and say, you're clearly underage, fuck off and develop more. I will say that be open and honest about your age at all times for the benefit of both parties, to be honest. If you can, seek people out who are your own age. If you're under the age of 18, let's say, because I think it's 16 in my country for consensual things, but I think 18 is probably the best way to go. So if you are under 18, I suggest you try and look for people round about the same age as you, simply for the fact that they're going to be probably in a similar kind of place in their development of their understanding of this, and you can help each other through that. When talking to somebody older, understand that if you are below a certain age, for instance, the age of consent, whatever country that applies to, where you're from, or where the other person is from especially, understand that we will not want to really speak about anything explicit with you for the issues of safety, essentially, for your safety, for our safety, for everybody's safety involved. So, we won't speak explicitly. We may just speak to you normally, like without any kind of overtones or undertones of anything sexual whatsoever. We will just talk to you about like stuff, because you are another human being, and that's fine to do. That's legal, basically. So, so if you're under a certain age, don't expect anything explicit. That is entirely on the whim of the other person and whether you want to. And never let anyone, obviously, and that's the thing, if you're coming into the community somewhat younger, understand that you may be just emotionally more vulnerable than some of the older members. That's just how it is. That's just teenagerdom for you. A lot of hormones, a lot of social development that occurs during pubescence especially. So be wary of who you are talking to. Be wary of if they're trying to goad you into anything. It's turned into kind of like an anti-pedophile PSA, weirdly. But practice safety online, whether you're an older member of the community or a younger member of the community, except that if people don't want to talk to you about something because of your age, you need to respect that. Mm-hmm. And there is no way around that. Yeah. Other than that, enjoy, get involved, whatever. But when it comes to explicit stuff, just understand that there will always be tension about that, and perhaps a barrier put on there.
Yeah, I agree. Like they can, people under from 12 to 16 or whatever. I mean, they can talk amongst themselves all I want, but among people that their age. But I wouldn't, because legalities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
If you're 12, find a 12-year-old. Have a 12-year-old internet girlfriend, like most 12-year-olds do. If you're 16, find a 16-year-old who's really into, I don't know, fucking vinyls or vintage films. I don't know what you kids are into nowadays. Get on the Animus.
You weebs.
Everybody loves the Animus with your one-punch mins and your
henties.
Balls. And your in gouache, yes.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's pronounced. You're black.
High School of the Dead, all that fun stuff.
Empty Metal Alchemist, all the good ones.
Do you have more questions?
I do, I forgot it was me. Because I'm a twat, you see. Community PSA, I'm not cute, I am in fact a twat, remember it. Especially that.
I agree and disagree with both of those statements, but.
So funny. Doesn't it all break my self-esteem? What's the one thing in the world you want most? I'm bringing these heavy questions. Also, I hope you have a great day because you're cute. No, I'm not, and deserve hopes and happiness. That's fair. So, covering those points, not cute. What in the world do you want most? Jesus Christ.
That is, I feel like I need to really think of it.
Oh man, that is a pretty heavy question. What do I want? Well, obviously I want happiness, but currently I really just want financial stability. Like, I've gone almost all of my life bordering on homelessness and just kind of struggling because of illness in my family. be it my own, be it my mother's. So yeah, just having, income and knowing that I can go out and get a cup of coffee and not worry about going into the negatives or just having a bite to eat every now and then would definitely be a lot more easy on my life. Yeah.
Assuming the two of you are staring at me, that means that it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Jesus. I think what I want most in life would just be to have the belief in myself that I can do the things that I want to accomplish. Just kind of have a little bit more self-love, a little more self-confidence.
It's fair.
Yeah. I know I'm going to come up with a far better, more in-depth, inspirational, cheap shit soon, and it's going to bug me that I did say that and I came up with this shitty answer, but we're just going to roll with
Write it down.
because it's live and we're out of time, so shut up now. But,
For me, would have to really depend like what aspect of my life we're looking at, because I mean, obviously like in a person like personal aspects are gonna be different than say like my career aspects. So I mean, obviously I want to be successful as an artist, find a nice career in that. But in terms of like say like personal desire, I think I just want to really meet people, make friends, surround myself with people that make me happy.
That's a good answer.
This would normally be the point where I come in and go like, oh, I really want a Mars bar.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I had a Mars bar today.
Okay, so that's what would you like to do most? I'd like to go back in time, steal the Mars bar from Beef, kill two birds with one Mars bar.
What an asshole.
Right. What would you like most in the world? To be less of an asshole. Fuck knows. What do I want? I want a bunch of stuff. I want second chances in certain instances of my life. Because they don't happen.
I feel that.
In some situations, you do not get the more time that you wish you had gotten in life to spend time with people. And I'm learning that slowly but surely, which is why I like spending time with people close to me as much as I physically can. Yeah, I think that's what I'd want. I'd want some time back.
That's fair.
Yeah. Can I throw something in? Because I thought of a thing, and it's going to be really short, and I won't ramble, I promise.
Well, of course. Go ahead.
I changed my answer. I just want to spread love, as cliche as that sounds. I want people to feel as loved as they deserve to be, because everybody deserves to feel loved. So if anybody needs some loving, and not that kind of loving, but some sort of loving,
Kumbaya.
head my way. Kumbaya. Shoot me an inbox.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
And if you're looking for some loving,
Kuna Matata.
I'm loving, baby.
Stop.
No.
Any other ones, Alex?
Let me have a cheeky checky. I think that's all the ones I can think of.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get one to really top
Yeah,
that
no,
last
that's all.
one.
I think I might have one, actually.
Oh boy.
Go for it.
Has
How many
any...
fingers?
I totally just messed up the question. Has this community brought you anybody that you are grateful for? And, of course, I'm grateful for everybody that's on this podcast right now. B, Alex, people who have been previously on the podcast, Alec, Jess, Cece, people who haven't been on the podcast like T. I've actually met a lot of really inspiring and interesting people. Brendan, Jill, that I didn't think I was honestly gonna get like not necessarily along with, but like close to. I didn't believe in internet friendships, and clearly you've all proven me wrong. So yeah, grateful for all of you guys. You mean very much to me. Wish you all happiness and love and blah de blah de blah. Yeah.
Blah. As someone who actually did believe in internet friendships and has had a few successful ones that have been with people that have been not even remotely close to where I live, so that's pretty cool. But as I talked to the people in this podcast a couple of days ago, I went on a whole ranty, movie, like, soppy, sappy shit thing where I was just like, because that's what I do apparently, is I just say words that rhyme with things, and I lost my train of thought, but I do sincerely adore the people in this podcast and in this community. You know who you are. I don't have to name names. I'm very thankful and grateful for the opportunities that I've had to grow because of you people. So,
Aww.
Oh shit.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
What are we
Don't
doing?
be like me.
What's a podcast? God. Yeah. Copy paste. Anyone that's ever talked to me. Anyone that's ever just shot me a message and said, hey, and then told me about their day or asked about my day. I appreciate you all. Obviously, there are certain people I appreciate to a degree more who I've gotten to know better, including previous members of the podcast, current members of the podcast as well, future members of the podcast, no doubt. Yeah, just anyone that's been nice enough to have a chat. That's who I appreciate. James.
And James.
Well, I mean, I haven't really met too many people from the community, but as for meeting you guys, who I'm actually in the podcast with right now, I mean, pretty glad that I met you guys. You're all pretty cool. Glad for the opportunity to.
Somebody thinks I'm cool.
Kind of cool to really get to know more people, get to know you guys. So, are you speechless?
Someone
No,
thinks
I'm pretty sure
cool.
Alex just insulted me, but we're gonna move on from that.
Oh, okay.
Do you have proof? Is this being recorded? Maybe.
Yes, actually.
It,
Maybe.
it
It might be.
currently is, I assume, if that is how a podcast works.
If that audio picked up and you can prove that I insulted you, then fair enough. Other than that, that's defamation of character, and I will see you in court.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Throwing some lawsuits. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I think that concludes episode 3. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, we will see you next Tuesday. This has been Mistress Boston.
This has been Please.
That phone call you get in the middle of the night that you think is a sales number, but you don't pick up because you're worried that it might actually be somebody that you'll have to interact with.
And we're
Is that
out.
not my box? Is that not my box?
Oh, shit.